So you wanna go to war with me? You're talking like you think you're royalty. You think that I'm afraid, but I don't break. I heard you question my stability. You think I'll fall just like a guillotine, but I am here to stay. Won't look away. The storm is coming, so you better start running. No, you can't control it. My bones, I'm coming for it, coming for it. I'm coming for the throne. I'm coming for the throne. So you wanna be my enemy? You should've known I'd never kiss the rain. Ice runs in my veins. Won't play it safe. I don't belong with your nobility. Who died and made you king of anything? You think that I'm insane? It's your mistake. Kingdoms rise and fall. I come to take it all. I'll take it. I've come to take it. Kingdoms rise and fall. I've come to take it all. I'll take it all. Storm is coming, so you better start running. No, you can't control it. In my bones, I'm coming for it, coming for it. I'm coming for the throne. I'm coming for the throne.
Let's go. Yo, I'm like an addict, do I gotta have it. I ain't even playing, got a really bad habit. If it moves, gotta grab it. Fuse like a magnet, lose, won't have it till I'm doomed in a casket. I ain't playing, got a weird mind. If you work 8 hours, I'ma work 9. If the shit tastes sour, you should taste mine. I'ma stay in power for a long time. Get up, nah, I ain't a quitter. Toss me the ball, I'm a really big hitter. Big picture, I'm a straight killer. Rising the song to the highest bidder. Got juice, got gas, I'ma move fast. New shoes, new tracks, like who's that? I'm new, come back, better than last. Yeah, it's a new me, never gonna look back. Never gonna look back. Cause damn, I was built to last. You move slow and I move fast, and that's facts. Only I can make a change. Slowly take a step today. I will never be the same. Cause that's what it takes.
3, 2, 1, and here we go. Let me find out. Oh, here's the camera. Howdy, y'all. Thursday, March 12th. You know, we were thinking about going to see a movie tonight. I think it was called Undertone at like 10:15 or 10:30, and she came in, you know, the wife lady. She's like, I really just feel like ordering some DoorDash and maybe doing a movie Friday or Saturday. We got 2 movies to get in this weekend. Reminders of him or her, something like that. And Undertone, which the horror movie has far better reviews than the romance story. So, you know, that's the one I'm going to pick first. Anyways, since I'm awake, I thought it might be fun to look at this bar pattern. I've been keeping the Discord up to date on this, and every now and then, I think last Friday I posted an update. We were right about here when I posted it the first time in the Discord. I think right about here. It's Friday, right about here. Anyways, I'm gonna hit play on this. This right here, guys, this big downtick. First of all, this blue pattern is not something that I'm saying is gonna be for sure. This is just for fun, so calm your tits. I don't do algo predictions. But if this motherfucker ends up being correct, I might change my mind. It's been correct so far. We're halfway there. This pattern's pulled from the ATM 1 year ago. I'm frankly shocked. That this has been playing out. Okay, I hit play. Here is February 9th when they announced the ATM, and you can see, monitor 1 full, you can see the green and red arrows on the 30-minute updating there. Now, it's not candle for candle exact, right? Nothing is. That would be impossible. But I want you to notice over the next couple minutes the general correlation here. Is this just weeks of coincidence? Is it to be expected because we had similar sized ATMs, 180 million last year in Q1 versus 150 million this year? Is it going to go off the rails tomorrow or next week? I don't know. For me, this is just a fascinating little experiment in witchcraft. And man, if this ends up tracking for another couple weeks, I might owe some people apologies for anybody I ever said in the last 5 years, you are wrong if you're using predictive bar patterns and algos. That stuff doesn't work. What if it does work here? This, like I said, this blue bar pattern is pulled directly from a year ago. The green and red candles are a replay of the last month. And I want to hear your thoughts. What do we got going on here? Is this just random coincidence? Is it all planned? And, you know, how could it be planned? Because the market a year ago is not the market today. The market influences price, not just what a company is doing, trying to sell an equity offering. We got a war going on. We got market malaise. We got high oil prices. How the hell is this thing tracking like this? Yeah, the bell says, was this made by overlaying the previous sprint? Yeah, the blue bar pattern is exactly the bar pattern from a year ago. I just copied it in TradingView, pulled it forward to today. I lined up the ATM start dates. That says big drop here. I wanted to know, wanted to know what would happen if I just track this. You guys know I normally do a week by week guesstimate on how much they've sold. I have that. Maybe we'll look at that too on my Excel spreadsheet. But I wanted to see, is there any correlation when they do these ATMs? And right about here, middle of last week, I told the Discord, wouldn't it be funny if we have a 10% rally in 2 days? This is when I posted it in the Discord. And look what the frickin' price action did over the next 2 days. It went up 10%, and then back down. Bell says, in my opinion, it's a bit too close to be a coincidence. Anya says history repeats itself. Baby UFO says it's a trap. Scott says those with money plan well in advance. Yeah, I saw that Charles Payne tweet today, Baby UFO. He says he's still diamond handing 50,000 shares or 50K worth of AMC and GameStop. All right, we are on the 12th, so this is going to end right about here. And then come on, this is pretty damn close. If you're wondering why I haven't bought AMC, it's at $1.09, $1.10. Look, I'm tempted just like you guys are. There are literally people in my Discord that started buying this week. I have not. Although I just like you guys, I struggle with the temptation. It can't go lower. Certainly can't go lower. All right, so that is the bar pattern that played out. This right here, the low, is coincidentally around $1. And that is according to this bar chart. If it plays out, which I have no idea if it will or not, will be around March 23rd, which is what day? This is just for fun, guys. We're gonna go through a 6-pack if we hit $1 exactly on March 23rd. I'd prefer just to see a ATM over 8K from AMC on Friday or Monday, and the selling pressure be done, and we get excited about Q2 and all the great movies, and the price doesn't go any lower. I would love that. But for the people who are asking, why aren't you buying at $1.10? One thing that I spotted in the ATM a year ago was there was this several week period where they lulled us with a bull trap, and then they lulled us with a week, 10 days of flat trading, and then at the end of the ATM, they dumped it. At the end of the ATM, they dumped the price. And so that's one thing I'm worried about. Are they going to go into a mad rush to finish up the ATM and sell no matter what it does to the price? I don't know. What I do know is I don't like to buy something if the chart is still in a descending pattern. Like there's no support that I've seen yet. Every day is just lower, lower, lower. It looks like it wants to find support. It looks like it wants to find support. We get a little run up, and then they keep on pushing it down. The longer it stays here, the better I feel about trying to take an entry. But I would, for me, if I'm going to gamble on good news of Q2 and improving cash flows and all the other things that I am expecting the rest of the year, I would like to know that the ATM is done, because, I mean, I know this is not a popular thought, but the price is being pushed down from shorts, of course. But who is shorting and who is selling? AMC is selling shares. Unnormal selling pressure that's not typically there because they need to raise money for Q1. That just is what it is. That's why I told you guys about this for months. All the people saying I'm negative, I'm bearish, I'm trying to scare you. No, I'm trying to fucking help you in advance. Imagine you're listening to these people that were telling you I'm dumb several months ago when it was at $3. You could have just sat on your hands like me, waited a couple weeks, and now you pick it up at $1. Who was the dumb one? Yes, it's still going to be speculative if I take a long position. I get it. To all of you meltdowners that are watching, I get it. It's a speculative stock. But for me, want the most risk-free entry if I'm going to gamble, if I'm going to speculate. And I got to see a reversal on the chart. I don't need to get the bottom penny. Doesn't matter to me. I don't want to be trapped into thinking, oh, I got the bottom here, and then it bloop, goes down 10% to $1. That I'd be more mad at that than if I bought at $1.15, $1.15. I'd like to see an 8K that says we're done. We're getting real close to Q1 being over. I'm still tracking Q1 to be about 1.6 billion, which is better than last year. So there will be cash burn this year, but not as bad as last year. Q2 is looking phenomenal. I'm so ready, you guys, to start talking about how things will be good the rest of this year. I have been very, what's the word? It was a decision I made not to hype up the rest of the year during Q1 because I'd rather you be focused on the risk and waiting for a good entry than being pumped into buying every day. Like you see these people oh, 150, thanks for the discount. 145, thanks for the discount. 130, thanks for the discount. 120, thanks for the discount. 115, can't get any cheaper. Shorts are scared. Now we're at 109. I don't want to give you a false sense of security. I've made that mistake too many times in the early days of AMC, thinking to myself, well, surely it can't go lower. Look, when I am wrong, it is humbling. I don't like being wrong. I learn from my mistakes. I don't repeat them for 5 years. A lot of you guys out there, especially the social media people that are just repeating the same fucking bullshit nonsense mantras for 5 years in a row. They've been wrong for 5 years and they're not patient. They don't look at the financials. They don't understand cash burn forecast based on box office. I just want a good entry. Why does that make me so hated? I'm not telling you to buy or sell or don't buy. You do whatever you want. I'm just talking about me. AK says, yesterday I started to buy in at 110. Like I said at the beginning of this live stream, I have a lot of people in my Discord have just been sitting, waiting, watching, cash at the ready. I saw some of them start buying this week at $1.10. And I look, like I said, I feel the same temptation that you guys do. I don't think that the risk is terrible here. I see the super bearish people out there saying it's going to 85 cents or 50 cents. I don't have any prediction like that. But I also don't know. AMC's in charge of the selling. Goldman is, if there's a forward collar, Goldman Sachs is likely shorting to set up their initial hedge. How do I help predict how low it could go? Those two entities are in charge. Goldman Sachs and AMC. They are deciding every day what happens to the price. Why is it barcoding? Because Goldman's shorting for the forward collar, and AMC is selling shares, trying to raise $150 million. They only can do it a small amount of shares per day. When would they do it? They're going to do it anytime you guys try and push the price up. They're like, thank you, cha-ching, sold. And you wonder why it's barcoding. You have extra selling pressure. I want that selling pressure behind us. I want it done. And then I want to come in. And then I want to focus on good movies in Q2, positive cash flow, and then cross my fingers and pray that there's no RS, which I'm not talking about. I'm not forecasting. I have no idea what they're thinking about a reverse split. And even if they do announce one, they got to announce a vote first. So it's not something that is like high on my worry list. Everything that was on my worry list for the last 15, 16 months is finishing up right now. It's been a long damn wait, I tell you what. And I've taken a lot of hate, a lot of daggers in the back, a lot of arrows to the chest. For what? Being patient, using common sense, doing some research, understanding the financials, and then following my own DD. Oh, well, your DD doesn't agree with mine, therefore you're just fulfilling a role. That's what someone told me last night. You're fulfilling a role. The only two roles that you guys should have is grow your account and protect your capital. Preserve your capital. It is stupidity to sit here every day and watch your portfolio bleed out. It is stupidity to ignore the financials, know something is coming, and take no preventative action. In my opinion, these are the people that have a role on social media are the ones who are telling you, don't listen to common sense analysis. Those people have a role. Their role is to keep you stupid. That shit pisses me off. Baby UFO says, I'm still thinking the listing warning is coming sub 99 probably when Q1 results come in. Yeah, Q1 results are not going to come in till May, baby UFO. So I understand your concern, but I think that I would counter that with the thought that I think, with Super Mario Galaxy hitting in April 1st and as good as April is going to be, I think there's a counter argument to be made, to be determined, that people are going to be so excited about the box office turnaround starting in April that the Q1 horse shit's already baked in. Maybe all the bad news is in the price right now, and we only go up after that. That is my current thinking. I understand what you're saying. There's going to be a bad Q1 report in May. I get it. I agree. But I'm hoping, by the time we have 5 weeks of phenomenal Q2 data on box office, cross fingers, that we just skip right over that bad news. The bad news is smacking us right now. You see the bears out there. AMC's going bankrupt. Imminent bankruptcy. A bunch of horse shit. Imminent bankruptcy. Get out of here with that nonsense. They got lenders that want to work with them to move maturities. Near-term maturities are pushed out. They have a cash raise going on right now to cover the Q1 cash burn. And we expect, those of us that do normal analysis, expect that Q2 through Q4, based on what we know now, should be cash flow positive, probably. All three of those quarters together. So I don't see anyone who's pushing this bearish nonsense about bankruptcy imminent. It seems like a little bit kooky to me. There are definitely people pushing a short narrative because they're trying to make money. I'm not pushing a short narrative. I don't short stocks. I'm have a very simple task. Wait for a good entry and go long. Let me tell you, it's been a long ass wait. Chris says YouTubers who have sponsors are the ones to watch out for. Yeah, I don't know about any of that. I do know that there are larger accounts in YouTube in general that they have agents, and those agents get them contracts, and those sponsors pay them. And I would imagine that those sponsors might give them talking points. That's a thing, right? But I don't know, in the world of stocks, how much that happens. I'm just talking like YouTube in general. I heard that who are these YouTubers, the huge ones in the finance world. There was like a group of 4 of them. I can't even think of their names. I haven't watched them in so long. They mostly live all out in California or Vegas. They all had the same agent, and coincidentally, they often covered the same topics. So sometimes, I don't know. I do think that if anybody is getting paid to push a talking point, it should be disclosed. And I think that if you're not disclosing it, you should go to jail. That's what I think. And do I think there's people getting paid that aren't disclosing it? Absolutely. And if you find someone that's willing to pay, let me know. I've gone 5 years with no pay. But I am smart enough to know that if I ever get a check from someone, I will disclose it to you as required by SEC regulations. New Mocha Joe says, why can't AMC cut more cost? Their average lease, Joe, is 7 years. Average lease duration remaining on 800 theaters is 7 years. Figure that a new lease is going to be 15 years. Very long leases compared to something in a strip mall or a shopping mall like GameStop, which might have a 1, 2, or 3 year lease, maybe 5 at the most. AMC has these very long leases, so they can't just nimbly, quickly cut costs. But we heard Goodman say that, up every year about 10% of the leases come up for renewal, and if the facility is outdated, expensive to upgrade, not profitable, they will cut it. And they've been cutting hundreds of locations over the last few years. I track it every quarter. But we need more cutting, and we need more box office. We need these lines to intersect, and AMC is just handcuffed by these long leases, and you can't just walk away from them because the landlords will sue you. And you signed a legal agreement. You can't just walk away. So in many cases, it's better for the company just to tough it out, take a little bit of a loss, and keep going and do minimal maintenance on the facility. You see these small town theaters where people say, "Oh, my AMC here sucks. It's trashy. It's outdated." Yeah, that one is on the list for closure. I'm telling you right now. If they're not updating it, if they're not taking care of it, it is on the orphan list. I don't know what other costs. I mean, the biggest cost, obviously, personnel, all the workers, rent, and interest. Someone asked me the other day, what do you think? Could a different CEO have done something differently? No, I don't. What could a different CEO have done? You're hamstrung by long leases and a Hollywood controlling the movie flow. What can you do as a different CEO? Tell me what cost they could cut. They could fire people at corporate. Okay. So that saves $1 million in annual salaries. $2 million maybe. Is that going to make a meaningful difference when you got a $400 million free cash flow burn in Q1? No. Not even going to be a drop in the bucket. I think, and this is my honest opinion, if there was any other CEO that would have come in here, they would have filed Chapter 11 a long time ago. I still worry about if Adam Aron retires, that a new CEO would be tempted to say, fuck it. I ain't down for this fight. Love him or hate him, between Adam Aron and Sean Goodman, they've come up with a lot of creative financing to keep the company from filing Chapter 11. The Bears will say, well, they should have filed Chapter 11 to save everybody the pain. Look, I understand that. I have a degree. Someone said, Tony, you're not qualified to talk about this stuff. I have a degree in economics. My minor was in finance, accounting, and banking. Was that my corporate career? No, but am I dumb? No, I'm not dumb. I can analyze financials just fine, thank you. I've been investing my money and even running investment clubs for 30 years. I'm not stupid. I worked for a Fortune 100 company for 15 years as an engineering manager. What could AMC have done differently? What could a different CEO have done differently? They're literally in handcuffs in terms of their ability to pivot. Would I like to see more cost cutting? Absolutely. Even the CapEx, though, it's at the bare minimum. Cinemark, with half the amount of locations, is going to have the same CapEx for maintenance and upgrades as AMC this year. AMC is not wasting money on CapEx. They're getting beat by their competitors in investment of capital into upgrading and maintaining facilities. They're getting beat. I just unobjectively, unemotionally, I think they're doing everything they can in a sucky situation. Cancel Bubble says, wasn't there a new hire that was supposed to bring in more concert movies? Yes. I want to know what that person is doing. Where's our concerts, Cancel Bubble? It's a VP. That ain't a cheap job. That ain't a cheap salary. Look, get some fucking concerts or get the fuck out. Richie Rich, what's up? He says, if they started making 100 to 400 million per quarter, how much should be used to pay off debt and which ones? That is a good question. I think, Richie Rich, that number one, they need to look. I know from the court documents back in 2023 that AMC is very good at box office and cash flow forecasting out 24 months. They know with reasonable certainty what their cash burn is going to be for the next year, maybe two, based on what we know now about box office. They get their inputs, by talking to the studios and analysts just like we do, except they, I don't talk to studios, so they get better data than me. But I really switched to spending more of my time doing cash flow forecasting when I realized that they were doing it. I've never been a CFO. I mean, if you're an accountant or you are a CFO, well, Tony, you should have known they're doing cash flow forecasting. Yeah, probably should have. But once I realized that they were doing it and that they were seeing where they were going negative or where they were going to have a liquidity issue, and that was where they needed to do ATMs, that was my aha moment years ago, where I started really spending a lot of time putting models together and forecasting this stuff, because I want to know in advance when they're going to have a liquidity shortfall so that I can anticipate a corporate action, so that I can anticipate a dilutive event. And you cannot be rainbows and unicorn YouTuber analyzing this stuff. There are people that have pie in the sky box office dreams. They overestimate the value of merch and popcorn and chocolate and all this bullshit they talk about. It all comes down to, can you do an accurate box office forecast? Because the numbers are the numbers. I have a spreadsheet that I've barely needed to modify for years now, and it is always generally very, very close in predictive ability. All we got to do is pick the box office. So you can't be emotional. You can't hype up a box office if you want a chance at doing reasonable cash flow forecasting. Do you think Sean Goodman comes in to a board meeting and says, it's going to be a $3 billion quarter every quarter for the rest of this year? We're good. No. They're using rational, non-emotional numbers, probably conservative too. I try and do the same thing. People get really mad. Tony, why aren't you telling us it's going to be a $2 billion Q1? Because it's not. Rational, non-emotional analysis will give you a conservative and reasonably accurate guess about what is going to happen. Look, I'd love, and so would AMC, for the numbers to beat rational, conservative analysis. But if I'm making trading decisions, I'm going to err on the side of being conservative. If someone is constantly wrong to the upside, they are a pumper that is not really using rational analysis. They're doing analysis by hope, and that is not a good strategy. I don't think that they have bad intentions. They just aren't living in a world of reality. And if you're influencing people with analysis of financials and predicting stuff, you better fucking be conservative. In my opinion. Anya says, isn't the bottom line that they need some decent movies? Absolutely, Anya. For a company AMC's size, everyone else in this sector is profitable. AMC is so big that they need a few more movies. Around, let's say, 10.4 billion in domestic box office to be profitable in cash flow, free cash flow positive on an annual basis. Now, the problem is not Q2 through Q4 for AMC. It's always Q1. So getting back to the question that someone asked 15 minutes ago, what should they do with the cash if they're cash flow positive Q2 through Q4? They should save it for Q1 next year. Stack the cash. Don't pay down the debt. The debt is not due till 2029 now. I know the 2027 debt, there's 150 million, 125 million of publicly traded bonds that are going to be due. They're going to need money for that. I'm going to assume that the Odeon bonds are going to be moved to 2031. That deal will be consummated. No, consummated is not a magic word. There's no hidden meaning. I see all these kooky theories out there. God bless them. Bless your heart. It's very common language. I could find you 100 other companies that said if consummated. It's standard boilerplate legalese. The deal's not done yet. Therefore, we must tell you that as long as it is done, we will have this new rate if consummated. God damn, man. What are these people smoking, coming up with these theories to reimagine the meaning of two words? Well, Adam said back in 2015, if consummated, veil, blah, blah, blah. Norwegian Cruise Lines. I literally could find you 100 if consummated in pending debt deals in about 10 minutes of research. It's the silliest stuff. And I don't know if these people are just high on their own supply or they enjoy lying to people. I don't think that they have bad intentions, but they're not living in a world of reality. If consummated is not a magic phrase. Devin says we need an acquisition. Well, I mean, iPick Theaters is filing Chapter 11. They're going to try and sell their theaters. I kind of floated a trial balloon out there. Adam Aaron, if you're listening, go by the iPick Theaters right down the street from me. I could fucking walk to it. But, I mean, mostly AMC. They don't need acquisitions. They need to be cutting locations, Devin. But look, if you can go pick up a high luxury 5-star location like iPick for pennies on the dollar, Adam, you should see what kind of deal you can get. That's what happens when companies go bankrupt, and they are still going bankrupt. Alamo's struggling. iPick is struggling. But they filed Chapter 11. They're shutting down. They're closing, selling all locations. In the last 30 days, AMC is not the only company struggling. And it is the box office fault. Kenneth says, when is GME acquisition news coming? Could Warren Kitty consider taking over AMC? You mean Ryan Cohen? Rainbows and unicorns on. Yeah, I see that. I have said on Twitter a few months ago that I'd be really pissed if Ryan Cohen wasted his money buying AMC or bailing AMC out. Ryan Cohen has a duty to invest that money in a high ROI investment. He's got $9 billion. He needs to find something that is immediately cash flowing and has high ROI, or he's going to get crucified. Am I allowed to say that about well, let's not go there. He needs to find a cash flowing business, and AMC is not it. So no, he's not going to invest in AMC. That's going to be my bet. And I'd be pretty angry with him if he did. AMC's got to solve their own problems. Someone with bigger pockets like an Amazon or a Netflix, I mean, if it gets cheap enough, it's more synergy for them, but you still have $4 billion in debt you've got to absorb. Amazon or a Netflix could do that easier, but it's still not a slam dunk in terms of return on their investment. But they could maybe spin it as synergies, blah, 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 blah. I don't know. I'm not contemplating anybody buying AMC. If I was an attorney or a financial advisor working at a company contemplating buying AMC, I would say just wait for them to file bankruptcy. It's not guaranteed they will, but if they do, you're going to be able to pick it up for a fraction of today's price. So if I was Jeff Bezos or whatever dumb fuck is in charge of Sarandos of Netflix, I'd just be sitting back. Hopefully AMC figures it out. Hopefully Hollywood figures it out. I do not want to contemplate one of these big corporations getting the company for pennies on the dollar, but Cancel Bubble says, why on earth would Ryan Cohen bail out AMC? I don't get it. I mean, I see these people saying, you see, Ryan Cohen could just give them an interest-free loan or a low-interest loan. That don't work that way, guys. Don't work that way. Ryan Cohen would be excoriated if he, look, loans interest rates are commensurate with risk and credit rating. If AMC's credit rating demands a 12% interest rate and Ryan Cohen comes in and offers them 2%, he's probably going to get sued by somebody. I mean, that's just my take on it. What do I know? I'm a dummy. Plus, he's got to deliver stuff that transforms the adjusted EBITDA and the market cap, and buying a debt-ridden company that is negative free cash flow on an annual basis. That is not, AMC should not be one of his targets. I don't care about setting up kiosks in the AMC lobby. No, just financially, it doesn't make sense. I get it. I mean, I understand why some of y'all really want to see that happen. It'd be nice to have a savior, but Ryan Cohen is not going to be it. Two Bun Bun, what's up? He says, when Hollywood stops making woke movies and focuses on real entertainment and storytelling again, people will spend money. We're getting real close, amigo. Would it be best as a partnership? Yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing GameStop say, what if they, I like that idea much better. What if they said, we're going to close down strip mall locations and open a kiosk in these expansive lobbies of certain AMC? That type of model exists in other companies that partner up like that. Like Sephora and Ulta. I'd be that would make more sense to me, just like analyzing the financials. There's no commitment from GameStop other than the capex of setting up a kiosk or setting up a mini store in a movie theater lobby. I'm not saying that's going to happen or it should happen. I'm just saying, when I'm looking at alternatives that you guys are throwing out, that one makes more sense than GameStop buying AMC. I'm not anticipating GameStop wants anything to do with AMC, personally. Anya says, remember the good old days when it was drive-in movies? I do remember going to a couple drive-in movies as a youngster. Anya, we had one of those big green station wagons with the wood panels on the doors. And our parents took us to the drive-in, and we would sit in the very, very back, the part that was flat. You could put your sleeping bags back there and just hang out. Anybody ready for a refill? I am. All right, for those of you that were not here at the beginning, let's do this replay one more time. Select bar. This bar pattern, the blue bars, is from the ATM a year ago. I just copied the bar pattern and pulled it forward to align the ATM start dates from last year to the one happening right now. I'm going to play this one more time before we finish up. Let me open my michelada here. I call this witchcraft. I do not say that it is going to follow this pattern. It's just amazing to me that we're halfway through this bar pattern and it is eerily, scarily tracking. All right, I hit play. Aber says, so the MNPI announcement was a whole bunch of nonsense. Adam said back in September, October, whenever it was, that he said, I have some news, if we're able to pull it off, that I'm really excited about. He did add these caveats in there. And if you're in my Discord, you already know that we were very skeptical that there would be any announcement, because I've just seen promises too many times that didn't pan out to anything, and it was oddly timed to get people excited right about the time the company needed to raise money. Sorry to be blunt. January, February 9th, ATM. Maybe I'm being too cynical. But in our Discord, we were not expecting any MNPI. I didn't really talk about it on social media because nobody wants to hear my negative Nancy bullshit. If you want to hear real shit, join the fucking Discord. It is free. There are some paid options if you want to support rational, non-emotional analysis, but the basic Discord and the AMC room are free. They're free until we're saved. Because I look, there's a lot of people putting horseshit analysis out there. Can I be the one guy that doesn't hate AMC, that doesn't hate Adam Aaron, but still can rationally analyze the financials? Can I be that one guy? If you want that sort of stuff, it's very easy to click the free Discord link in any video description. Just don't come in the Discord with your bullshit or memes. Any question is valid. We don't kick people out, but I'm not going to tolerate trolls or stupidity. I have never kicked anybody out for having a question different than what I think. I encourage on social media, on YouTube, on Twitter, in the Discord, ask questions, talk, challenge your thesis. If what you think should happen is not happening, maybe take a motherfucking step back and ask yourself, could I just be looking at this wrong? Is there a better way to look at it? How does Tony always predict in advance exactly what is going to happen? Because I stopped listening to social media. I do my own analysis. I don't use emotion or hopium in my analysis, because my analysis drives my trading decisions and I don't like losing money. Here we are, March 4th. We had that 10% run up, and now it's playing through March 6th. We're going to end right about here, this vertical line. Isn't it scary how well this is tracked from a fucking bars pattern a year ago? If you would have told me a month ago that this would look like this, I would have laughed your ass right off social media. Probably people laughing at me right now. I'm calling this witchcraft, and I'm saying I don't know if it will be predictive tomorrow or next week or next month. I don't know. But it sure has been scarily accurate up till now. Jet, what's up? He says, I got banned from another Discord because why? I said I was impatient with the market. But it's fine because he's not very smart. Yeah, that is a cult Discord. I despise cults, and I despise cult leaders, and I despise cult Discords. If you can't have honest and open discussion, you are a pumper, you're a clown, you're a cult leader, you're a gatekeeper. I'm not for any of that stuff. I'm for have a theory, use data like an engineer, like a scientist, like a mathematician, like an economist to validate, is your theory tracking? If it's not, you better fucking adjust your theory. Maybe I'm just dumb because my background is in economics and engineering. Maybe I'm just wired that way. There are a lot of people that have no desire or ability to actually use data to check their own conviction. As Cillian Murphy said in Peaky Blinders, what did he say? Something like, conviction leads to emotion, which is not conducive to, what did he say? It's not conducive to oratory. He was talking about his being in the parliament in the UK. But I when I was rewatching Peaky Blinders, I think it was season 5, and he said that conviction leads to emotion, which is not conducive to analyzing stocks. I don't want to hear about your high conviction. It just tells me that you have emotion and you're not using any rational analysis. I don't want to hear about it. Show me your data. That's conviction. You got data to back stuff up. And if your data doesn't support your theory, take a step back. It's okay. I make mistakes. You make mistakes. One thing that I do is I hate being wrong. So if I'm wrong, I'm going to step back and figure out, how do I not make that mistake again? It's really that easy, guys. But you got to get out of this. I made up my mind on a theory back in 2021 and nothing's going to take me off of that theory. You're doomed to fail. Or you're relying on luck. Hawkeye, what's up? He says AMC should add slot machines to the lobby to exploit the gambling investors. Yeah, let's get some Pokemon machines in the lobby, branded by GameStop, Hawkeye. I'd be good with that. Hey, yo, bro, what's up? Been forever. Hope you're all good. I am good. For those of y'all who hadn't been here for a while, Scarlett's having a baby in 2 weeks. 2 weeks. Life's going to change here on the ranch. We had a doctor's visit today. She's on weekly visits. On final countdown. You're wondering, you know, why am I not pushing out so many videos and live streams? It's been getting a lot of shit ready around here and taking care of her. She's been a damn good trooper. I'll tell you what. But when you're 8.5 months pregnant, you know, I got to do a little bit of extra caretaking. So, yeah, Gonna be some good news here in a couple weeks. All is going well. This will be my third son. It is a boy. And we are both super excited. Something that we have been talking about and planning for many, many years. Anya says, Tony, you said there would be a Q&A. Can you look up UMAC and AGH? Yes, I can. Cancel Bubble says, is it going to be an induced labor? Thank you, Ayo Bro. Thank you for the congrats. I don't know yet if it'll be induced. What my wife tells me is they typically want you to try and carry it all the way to 40 weeks. She's at 38 weeks. And if you go past that date, his official expected date is March 27th. If you go past that date, then they might induce it. That's what she tells me. So we will see. Right now, there's no plans. The doctor said today everything's fine. Just keep carrying on. And baby could come at any time. But it's not like she's in the middle of having contractions right now. We got a couple weeks to wait. Thank you, Anya. I'm sure she would appreciate you saying that. Yeah, I think Anya saw a picture of Scarlett. She says she looks in mint shape. I mean, she's done really damn good, Anya. Watching her eating well, but not overeating. She has not been going, I think in the past couple months, only 1 or 2 yoga. Just because she's tired and back hurts. Now you know how it gets, probably, Anya. I'm assuming you know. She at that very last month, you get a lot of edema because your body's carrying so much fluid and weight. She's ready for it to be over. And I'm sure she'll be happy to get back in yoga. All right. Anya wants us to look at UMAC and AGH. All right. Let me know down in the comments what you think about that AMC bars pattern. Do you think it is coincidence? Do you think that the next couple weeks are going to follow this trend? If they do, right here, March 23rd is $1. Like I said at the beginning, if you're wondering why I'm waiting, maybe I'm a little bit superstitious about the witchcraft. But also, I want to see a reversal on the chart, and I want to see 8K that the ATM's done. I want to see those. That's like the rational thing, right? But the superstitious witchcraft thing is, what if? What if we have this last little down tick? I don't know. We'll find out. UMAC. You wanted to see UMAC? Violent Warlock says, just became a A-lister. Congratulations for joining the club. With AMC, been thinking of the future of AMC is adding more people with the subscription model. Yes, absolutely. That's guaranteed income every month. And don't forget to buy the popcorn pass too. I am a A-list member since 2021 and since December, a popcorn pass member. You can no thanks needed. And my waistline is regretting it, but because we go to a lot of movies and that's a lot of popcorn. I need to up the cardio. Ayo Bro says I could see it hitting 80 cents. So yeah, I mean, I'm not going to argue with anyone who thinks it could go lower. What do I know? I had told the Discord that it could go down to $1.20 and we're at $1.09. So what do I know? It's already lower than I thought it would get. Hungerism says the baby is coming during the MOAS. Wouldn't that be nice? There have been, you know, my birthday is at the end of this month, and there have been rallies on my birthday in the past. So we will see. UMAC, Unusual Machines, Anya. Looks like it IPO'd back in 2 years ago, February 2024, at around $3, dropped to 98 cents. Currently trading at $22, Anya. $1 to $22. Holy shit. What do we got here? All right, let's do a little bit of analysis. I'm going to show you guys how when someone in the Discord throws up, or you guys are on the live stream, ask me about a ticker, we can usually get a rough feel in about 5 minutes. And I want you guys to be accustomed to doing this. You can go to Yahoo Finance. I like stock analysis. Check a couple things. What's their net income? What's their PE ratio? This company's not making money, but good Lord, $1 to $22. Beta's 22. I want to first just look at are there any analysts covering it, and what is their price target? One analyst, that's not great. I'd like to see 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 or more. You have more eyeballs on it. He's got a price target of $20. Austin Bolig at Needham. I'm not familiar with him, but he's been consistent for some time on his $20 price target. Let's look at the financials and just see what we got here. No, let's look at profile. See, what does this company do? Commercial drone. Oh, Anya. Oh, we need to talk about our other drone and defense company, ONDS. Not on this live stream, but in the Discord. Maybe time to do an update video on ONDS. Company offers small drones and essential components, B2B, e-commerce, and retail. Orlando, Florida. 16 employees, not a big company. Market cap, 836 million. That's pretty big. 16 employees. Let's look at quarterly revenue. All right, just a couple things, very quick. We want to see a revenue trend that is going up. It's been flat for most of last year, but they had a huge hockey stick up in the most recent quarter. Operating income is negative. That's not great, but you know, if it's a relatively new company, not unusual. So we're not going to penalize them just yet for that. I'm just looking at data. Net income negative, earnings per share negative. And have they been diluting? Shares outstanding. They have been. Look at this. 3 million, 7, 10, 16, 36. Not a fan of that. But look, when a company's starting up and they don't have income, what are they going to do? Same thing we talk about with something like a Railtown. They're going to sell shares or sell warrants or have convertibles. They got to get money from somewhere. So if you're investing in these companies, you better understand that fact and understand what their plan is. So there has been dilution. Balance sheet. Cash is going up. We'll get to the how in just a second. Current assets, 159. Current liabilities, 2. Good. Positive working capital. And total assets, 182. Total liabilities, 7. That's also good. That means you have positive shareholders' equity. So here's your shareholders' equity. You can just skip, if you don't want to look at liabilities versus assets, you can just look at shareholders' equity and working capital. Where is it? I don't see it on here. Normally it says working capital. At any rate, the balance sheet's fine. Where's the cash coming from? They went from 38 to 64 to 103. Probably from selling shares, I'm guessing. Operating cash flow is negative, as we would expect, because they're losing money. Issuance of common stock. Yeah, you can see here's where their cash balance is going up because they have been issuing stock. So that's fine. This is what it is. Negative free cash flow. So, Anya, we got a startup company that is not making money and is raising capital by diluting. That's the foundation in 5 minutes. The next level of work that would need to be done that I can't do on a live stream because this next part takes me hours is go read some 10Qs, read some 10Ks, listen to earnings calls, look at management guidance. What is the plan to get them over the hump into profits? Why does an analyst have a $20 price target on a company that's losing money? Those are the questions to dig into. Is that fair? Trump boys are in UMAC. Okay. Yeah, I don't have any opinion if it's good or bad. The financials are not perfect. They need to flip into turning some profits, or you're just going to keep getting diluted. And I don't know without digging. What have they said? What's their forecast for the next 12 months, 24 months? At least like with ONDS, they gave us a forecast. I love companies that give guidance. AMC, they don't give guidance. They give a little bit of guidance. Oh, we think box office is going to be 10% higher than last year. Yeah, we already know that. Give us some guidance about annual free cash flow. I shouldn't be the one that has to be giving the guidance about annual free cash flow. All these other Yahoo YouTubers, they don't want to talk about Q1. Oh, guys, let's super excited about Q2 through Q4 free cash flow. It's going to be positive 40 million. Okay, you're just going to skip right over the negative 300 million in Q1. That didn't matter. AMC should be talking about stuff like this. And what do they talk about? Adjusted EBITDA. Who gives a fuck? Tell me when we're profitable. Tell me when we're not going to burn cash. GameStop doesn't give guidance either. I want companies to give guidance. Otherwise, we're all just left here to argue amongst ourselves and make Tony look like the bad guy. We're talking about a reasonable forecast. All right, Anya, what was the other one you wanted to look at? AGH. 5-minute analysis. Arias Greenway. Oh, you like these companies that just came out of the gate, huh, Anya? February 2025, so it's been a year old. $3. Anya, you need to tell me about these when they drop like to under $1. 50 cents to $5. I love it. AGH. Profile. Public golf country clubs. Ooh. I had a flashback of somebody asking me about a company that was investing in bowling alleys. I don't know much about the golf course business in Florida. I mean, I assume it's popular, but is it profitable? We're about to find out, gang. About to find out. No PE ratio and negative EPS, so that's already a no. Let's see how bad it is. There's no analyst covering the stock. There's no forecast tab up here. Revenue, I don't like a downward trend on revenue. So that's a mark against them. Operating income, they're struggling. Net income negative. There has been dilution, but not as bad as what we saw with the previous example. 11 million up to 14 million over a couple years. That's not horrible. Negative free cash flow. All right. Balance sheet. Hockey stick up on cash. I'm assuming they raised some money from debt or stock sales. We'll find out in just a second when we get to the cash flow statement. Where's the rest of the balance sheet? There we go. Assets, total current assets, 29 million. Current liabilities, 0.8. All right, cool. Total assets, 35 million. Total liabilities, 1 million. All right. Balance sheets, fine. Negative operating cash flow, as we would expect. Issuance of common stock is where the cash is coming from. And negative free cash flow, but not horrible. So same scenario, Anya. We got a company where the balance sheet is okay. A little bit of dilution, not as bad as the previous one. And I'd want to know what is management's plan. Market cap is 82 million. They did a private placement a day ago. Company announced a definitive merger agreement with Powerus. I don't know anything about that, so no comment. New American drone and defense company to be created through the merger of Powerus and wait. Now, are you telling me, Anya, this is a golf course holding company that is getting into the drone business? What? Kidding me? Anya, am I reading this correct? Wow. Now I'm just blown away. I don't even know what to say. It feels like Powerus. I'm just going to guess, Anya. I know nothing about this, but let me guess. Powerus is a private company and they want to access to the capital markets, so they're merging with Aureus Greenway. Power US. Yeah, they look like what? A private company that is merging with this public company to get access to the capital markets. Well, I mean, I appreciate the ingenuity. 4? Oh, Lordy. Well, we've seen it done elsewhere, Anya. Companies merge with each other. You know, I wish I had some good examples that could come to mind right now, but I've seen some crazy mergers where somebody with a good idea just needs somebody who's struggling a little bit but is a publicly traded company, and let's wonder twin it and convert into something new and raise some money. I'd expect some capital raises coming up in that company, Anya. That's what I'd expect once that merger is done. But I would need to read up, and I'm just guessing. Anya says, what is a michelada? It's just a Mexican beer with some tomato juice in it. You could put a lime or a lemon. I don't have any limes, so I'm using lemon. All right, it is 11:30, and I know I'm going to be awake at 5 o'clock, so I appreciate you guys hanging out. Anya, thank you for the 2 good drone company examples, and let me know if we need to add a room in the Discord for those. We have been looking. I looked into SoFi earlier this evening. Let me just show you guys that since you're here. I already posted it in Discord in the SoFi room. SoFi's pulled back 50% from around 34 bucks to 17.70. I've got the supply zone and demand zones drawn on here, but you know, sometimes we don't retrace all the way back down. $8 is a big fall, so I'm not saying that it's going to fall all the way down to that demand zone. If it's not, I want to know where are the support levels before that, and they're around 18 bucks and around 14 bucks. So notice it's hanging out right here. This could be an interesting point to consider coming into the trade if you're not in the trade. Analysts have a $26 price target for this stock. That's a pretty decent return in 12 months, 17 to 26. I've been talking to some SoFi investors tonight on social media. Some of them are saying it might pull back a little more. And when the bulls are telling me that, I'm going to listen. I'm going to do my own research also. I think what I said in the Discord is if you're thinking about going in here, maybe have a risk management or a hedging plan in case it drops to 14. I haven't decided what I'm going to do, but I like SoFi in general. We've traded it before. And the other ones that we were talking about a lot today, and I'm going to put out a video soon, is just catching up on Joby and Archer, because in fact I got a new tab already. Both of them have pulled back 50% from recent highs. These are companies that I've traded before, and I like the pullbacks. They're fun to trade in momentum, but it's early. So it's one of those things where when companies have a lot of capital acquired to tool up a factory to get ready for production, to build prototypes, yada, yada, yada. It's like the EV startup companies. You can be patient. They're going to have good momentum cycles you can trade, but for long term, you can be patient. And I like the pullbacks. They get me interested, like, all right, time to take another look. So that's something we're going to be talking about in the Discord and maybe on video if I have time. Joby versus Archer. Who's going to come out of the gate first, Anya? I have any thoughts on Trade Desk? What is the ticker on that one again? Is it TTD? Man, I haven't thought about that ticker in a long time. I have one thought on it. I should have bought and held in 2016. God damn, man. $141 in 2025 down to 26 bucks now. What the hell happened to this company? I have not looked at them in a decade. 5 years at least. Analysts have a $50 price target. Lowest price target is 23, highest is 115. You can throw that 115 one out the window. 23, 28, 35, 44. All right. What happened to you? Trade desk? Look at annual. Revenue. We like the revenue. That's the up and to the right that you want to see. Where did it go wrong? Operating income, positive. Net income looks fine. Positive free cash flow. What the frick? Did they have some horrible guidance? While I'm perusing around here, feel free to drop your thoughts. What am I, since I'm coming at it cold, what am I missing here? Cash is coming down. Total assets, 6 billion. Total liabilities, 3 billion. That's fine. Current versus current is fine also. Long-term debt, no. What's the problem? I don't understand why this stock is going down. Repurchasing stock. Am I looking at the right chart here? What the fuck? Anya says, how many people use the air taxi? I would definitely, Anya. But I should probably go take a Waymo ride first before I brag about being excited to take an air taxi. I haven't even ridden in a driverless Tesla or Waymo yet. R3 Wired X says best stock right now, Easy 6X, Velo 3D. What am I missing here on Trade Desk? Why have they cratered since the end of 2025, the end of 2024? I am not seeing what the problem is. Decelerating revenue growth with Q1 guidance implying just a 10% year-over-year growth rate. All right, one thing. The PE ratio, 29 on the trailing, 12.8 on the forward. I forgot to look at that in the beginning. 12 is not horrible. I guess they gave guidance that revenue was going to start slowing down. I mean, but that's a hell of a drop. I don't know. I'll need to spend more time looking into it. Velo 3D. Velo. Metal additive three-dimensional printers. Enables the production of components for space rockets, jet engines, fuel delivery system, and other metal parts. I like that. Based out of Fremont, all right. I used to travel to Fremont in my tech job every now and then. Back in the day. Analysts have a 12-month price target of $18. One analyst, Jason Schmidt at Lake Street, This obviously looks like one where I am going to need to go look at management guidance to see what the story is here. The income statement's just kind of meh. But if they are saying, or you believe that they're going to have massive growth, that would be, you need to go read the news articles, the 10Ks, the press releases, the management guidance, all that stuff. Because we only have backward-looking data here, and I don't have time to do a full forward analysis. That takes me hours. Just looking at where are we right now as a foundation for is it worth looking into more. As long as it passes the basic sniff test, like often I'll keep digging, but if it's just a train wreck, then I just move on to something else. This does not look like a train wreck. Balance sheet's okay. Yeah, they got some income issues, but not the end of the world. Negative operating cash flow, but it is improving. They have been diluting, and they have negative free cash flow, but it's improving. So yeah, I mean, you need to understand what is the pivot story for this company. Fellow CEO, bold move, slashes debt, signals confidence. What did they do? Company converted certain of its debt to equity. Oh, we're familiar with that, huh? Converting debt to equity. But that improves the balance sheet. I want to see some press release or some management comments here about our outlook for the next couple of years on revenue. 11.5 million full rate production RPS contract from key U.S. defense prime contractor. That's good. 23 days ago. A lot of good stuff to partners with U.S. Army. Yeah, there's some interesting things to go dig into here. I'm going to leave this tab up so I can remember to check into it some more in the morning. Yeah, Anya says she wrote it down too. It passed the initial sniff test. We didn't kick it to the curb. We appreciate you guys bringing up new tickers that maybe are not on our radar screen, because sometimes you guys bring up stuff that are absolute bangers. And I don't mind speculating on some companies that might be up and comers in the next year or two. All right, ladies and gents, men. I'm gonna go check on the wife, and tomorrow I'll be around. Maybe midday we'll try and go to a movie, Undertone, and go see some movies. Go see some movies, and don't forget to reserve your Super Mario Galaxy. And Michael's coming up soon. Let's go out with a good green candle up. I think that's a good way to close this one out. Thank you guys. We love you. Me, Scarlett, the baby. Seriously, just want to help you level up how to do unemotional analysis, preserve your capital, deploy it in a manner that grows your capital, not destroys it. That's all this channel is about. It's not always popular talk. I love gambling stocks, but I will manage my risk. And for those of you that don't like managing risk, you're probably going to get mad at me. I am sorry. But I got a family to take care of, capital to protect, and grow. Some of y'all don't mind watching your portfolio evaporate. That shit pisses me off, so I refuse to do it. Let's do a little green candle up. We love you.
candle down by the dip, gotta hold our ground. We've been waiting for so long, edges rain will soon be gone. A green candle up, a red candle down, by the dip, gotta hold our ground. Edges games are dead and gone, but the shorts we're going long. If you doubt it, sit and stare. If you love it, buy a share. A green candle up, a red candle down, by the dip, gotta hold our ground. We've been waiting for so long, edges rain will soon be gone. A green candle up, a red candle down, by the dip, gotta hold our ground. Edges games are dead and gone, but the shorts we're going long. If you doubt it, sit and stare. If you love it, buy a share. A green candle up, a red candle down, by the dip, gotta hold our ground. We've been waiting for so long, edges rain will soon be gone. A green candle up, a red candle down, by the dip, gotta hold our ground. Edges games are dead and gone, but the short we're going long. If you doubt it, sit and stare. If you love it, buy a share. Green candle up and red candle down, by the dip, gotta hold our ground. Edges games are dead and gone, GameStop's rising, going strong. If you doubt it, sit and stare. If you love it, show you care. A green candle up, a red candle down, by the dip, gotta hold our ground. We've been waiting for so long, edges rain will soon be gone. A green candle up, a red candle down, by the dip, gotta